Hey everyone, it's Michael, and I teach you how to become fluent in Spanish in 12 months or less. Today we're going to talk about the YouTube experiment that I did where for 5 days I posted twice a day, and my prediction was that I was going to grow my views by 10. So I was going to get 10 times the views by the end of the 5-day experiment. The results are that I failed, but I did grow it by 5.67. So I got 5.67 times the views that I normally get. So that's the result. We're going to go through the metrics. We're going to go through the insights that I see. I'm still new to this, so if I get any of the numbers wrong, that's why. But I'm super excited to share this because this content is for very, very small. You're just starting out YouTube channel, because that's me. I had 55 subscribers before this 5-day challenge. And before that, my first 30 to 36 subscribers were friends and family that I went on Instagram, went on Facebook and say, hey, I'm starting a YouTube channel. Like, come follow me. So I really am very beginning because a lot of the advice that I see out on YouTube is by really big YouTube channels that have millions of subscribers or even thousands of subscribers. And the first 30 minutes of any video that they put out is going to have views no matter what. So their tactics are going to be very different from someone just like me that has 55 subscribers that, I'm lucky if I get like maybe 3, maybe 4 views per video. If I get something like 12, it's like, oh my God, it's going viral. That's viral. That's for me, a video going viral is with 12 views. Anyway, so we're gonna go through some of the metrics, and go ahead and ask me any questions that you have in the comments, and we'll go ahead and start. So before the 5-day challenge, I was getting 17 views per month, a whole 17 per month, every 28 days to 30, depending on the length of the month, or 31. And afterwards, after the experiment, I got 103. So I went from 17 to 103. That's a 5.67 times a return. The hours watched. So this is important because if you want to monetize your channel, you need 1,000 subscribers, you need 4,000 hours watched. So the month before I had 0.4. So for a whole 30 days, I had 0.4 hours watched. After the experiment of 5 days, it grew by 644% to 3.1 hours. This is just coming from the YouTube channel. It's telling me all these percentages. So that's very cool. So in 5 days, 644%. Subscribers went from 55 to 58, which is amazing. I'm never getting subscribers, so that's awesome. Apparently it grew by 200%, which I'm guessing is how many I'm getting month per month. Grew by 200%. The impressions grew by 371. So from 371 impressions to 1,749. I'm guessing it says it's the same amount. So 371, that's just what it says. And then impressions, click-through rate. So impressions is how many people see like your video, or when they're browsing, they see your title and your thumbnail. And your click-through rate is how many people decide to click on it. So it went from 2.2% to 3.5%, which is awesome. So all my metrics went up. Let's talk about some of the variables that I kept constant. No thumbnail. Thumbnails I am not doing. I've done it in other videos, and I've done it myself. I've paid someone to do them, and I'm just not doing them for the simple reason that it slows me down. I found that anything that's like editing, anything that's like technical, it runs a risk of me trying to be, I'm a perfectionist by nature, and perfection is the enemy of progress. It's the enemy of good. So anything that will prevent me from like just getting a video out there, I don't do it. I hate doing all these like technical, if you've ever read Stephen Pressfield's The War of Art, it tells you like, just get it out there. Everyone would love to spend 10 years on something and make it the most beautiful thing they could, but you just got to get it out there. So no thumbnail. No thumbnail. The titles, they were clickbaity, but they were always real. They were always truthful. And some of the inspiration that I got is from like channels like Alex Hormozy, from Graham Stephan, from the Content Bug. I think she might have just rebranded her YouTube channel. But I looked at their thumbnails, and I looked at their, not thumbnails, I looked at their titles, and I saw kind of what keywords they were putting in there, kind of like they would put start, how to do this, how to do that. So everything was also one take. All these videos are one take because this is what actually gets me to just do it, hit publish, and it gets to you. And that's about it. I did 5 days, 2 videos per day. I don't think I'm gonna do this again because it was hard to come up with ideas for 10 videos. Because I'm trying to do it again, but I'm looking at the titles and I'm like, my God, I don't even know if I can come up with this many topics right off the top of my head. So in the future, some of the things that I would like to do better is, first of all, I filmed them all on like 5 hours of sleep for the last like 3 days. So I was very tired, but so by the 10th video, I felt like I was rambling a little bit and I was just repeating myself. So maybe film like 5 YouTube videos at the same time and then like rest and maybe the next day do another 5. What else? Maybe start to look at like TubeBuddy and Dashboard vidIQ. That's like something that I'm seeing that a lot of people use to come up with titles and kind of help you with the insights. And then that's basically it. Right now, that's my hypothesis that right now for small channels, your quality, unless you really know what you're doing, your quality is never going to match the best YouTubers. So you might as well go with volume. For me, that's what's working right now, and I will keep going with volume and not focusing on quality until my views stagnate. So if I just keep pumping out videos and at a certain point, then I see it leveling off, that's when I'll be like, okay, let's start going with thumbnails. I'll pay for it, I'll do it myself because that is absolutely what's holding me back now. Or I will start editing the videos, doing it myself, maybe paying someone. So for right now, those are the constants that I'm gonna keep. What else? The types of videos that I'm doing have to do with languages, how to learn Spanish, because that's the business that I run. I teach people how to learn Spanish. Self-help, I have a couple in there just because I like talking about it. YouTube, how to grow YouTube, because it's something that I'm really focusing on right now. So why would I not do videos on it? It's to help you. It kind of is a way for me to hold myself accountable. And then some stuff with business. In my day job, I'm a manager, and so I try to kind of the things that I learned. It's a very high-paced environment where I work, so I kind of try to take some of the stuff that I learned that I failed at and bring it to YouTube so you can learn from it. But that's basically it. So from now on, what I'm going to do is maybe 1 video every single day of the week, maybe 5 days a week, because 2 is just too much right now. Oh, and the last thing, I did notice that my drop off is very soon of like viewership. So, you know, in the first like 30 seconds, it'll go from like 90% are still watching to like 50. Like in the first like 30 seconds to a minute, it's like, I'm like, damn, that is a very big drop off. So they must have seen the thumbnail and not cared about it. They must have seen the title. The title apparently is doing a lot. I think that's what's carrying a lot of it. And they like it. They click on it, and for some reason it's dropping off. Maybe it's the quality of the video, whatever. So I'm gonna try and bring that up a little bit. Apparently, most of my videos, the drop off for the most people is between 1 minute and 2 minutes. I think. Actually, no, it's 2 minutes and 22 seconds. So I'm gonna try and do, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'm gonna just do a better hook. I'm gonna try and see in my next videos that I make at the 2 minute mark, 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Like, what am I saying? Maybe I gave them everything during the first 2 minutes, and then after that, they're like, I already got what I needed, so I'm gonna go. So maybe what I've seen Graham Stephan do, for example, on YouTube, is that he does a lot of foreshadowing, which is, hey, here's the answer to the video. I got you hooked, but also you got to stay until the end because here's another thing that I'm going to tell you, and you really want to know it. And without knowing this, then you don't want to click off the video. So knowing that I do one take videos, I'm going to have to get really good at my storytelling. I'm going to have to be very good at foreshadowing, at just making sure that my audience stays focused. Because other YouTubers who have editing have the luxury of like saying something, saying it wrong, and then having the editor just cut it out, or them saying like 3 or 4 times until they get it right. This is it for me. This is candid. I don't have a script. Maybe in the future I will, but this is just off the top of my head, and because I want to make it in the moment now, and I feel like that's how I do it best. So those are all the numbers. Hopefully you liked it. I'm gonna flip around my camera just so you kind of see what I see with the views right here.